Who is leading in New Hampshire, Trump or Nikki Haley?
Well, it depends on which poll you look at, but mainly all of the polls say that Trump is leading by about 50% of registered Republicans, likely Republicans, and then Haley comes in at 35%. But what Haley is hoping for today is to get the vote of the independents, because in this state of New Hampshire, if you come in as an undeclared voter in these doors to vote, you can use either a Republican ballot or a Democratic ballot. And she's hoping a lot of those independents will choose a Republican ballot and, of course, vote for her. In fact, the former UN ambassador showed up here at this precinct in Bedford, New Hampshire, about half an hour ago. And I asked her about how it's going today. And she said, this is what Election Day is all about: democracy and freedom, and people going and showing the power of their vote. Certainly, that's what she's counting on. At the same time, former President Donald Trump is counting on that, too. He's hoping that he will widen the gap between he and Haley, so much so that some analysts say the Republican nomination could be over after today. Haley says, I'm sticking it out. Trump is hoping that he widens it with these votes here in New Hampshire. New Hampshire has always been the state of kind of quirky voters, and they kind of turn elections upside down. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I can tell you, it has been a steady stream here. I don't know if you can see that line behind me, but it has been that way for the last 4.5 hours. People vote right here at these booths, and there's a lot of traffic around this high school. So certainly they have the excitement, and they're coming out in full force.
And what issues are New Hampshire voters most concerned about?
They're talking economy. Everybody's talking economy. We talked to people in line at the rallies. The Trump rally crowd was wrapped around the block. They were in line for hours in really frigid temperatures. And they say, we want the economy back. We want a Trump White House like we had 5 years ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Others will tell you, we want something different. In the Haley line for the rallies, they say, we're done with the drama. We want somebody new. We want somebody who understands foreign policy. So it just depends who you're talking to on which side they are. Of course, on the Democratic side, you have President Joe Biden as a write-in in this state, because the state, or the National Democratic Party, decided to change the date of the first-in-the-nation primary for the Democrats to South Carolina, which is next week. So because of that, New Hampshire, being very proud of their designation as the first-in-the-nation primary, decided to hold the primary instead. But he is a write-in candidate. So at the bottom of the ballot, there's an empty spot, and that's where voters must write in the name of Joe Biden instead of just checking the box for the other candidate. There's a write-in campaign going on, signs all over, people waving at cars with a sign that says, write in Joe Biden on the ballot. So we'll see how successful that effort is tonight when we get the results here in New Hampshire.